Hello students, today we will do the part 2 of unit 2 book Beehive. So please keep your books with you and open page number 21. We will start the second part of unit 2, that is the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. You must have heard this name, Bismillah Khan. He is very renowned Shehnai player and he is a legend actually. He became legend after he played Shehnai on the day India got independence, that is 15th August 1947 at the Red Fort before the Prime Minister's speech. Here on 21 page you can see many pictures. These are all musicians, and the last picture you can see there is Shehnai in the hand, that is Bismillah Khan. Okay, think of the Shehnai and the first thing you will probably imagine a wedding or a similar occasion or function. You must have heard the Shehnai playing on the wedding or any other occasion, similar occasion. The next would probably be Ustad Bismillah Khan. Whenever we hear the word Shehnai, it relates to Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai maestro. Maestro means performer, playing this instrument. Let us start the chapter now. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Now, Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of musical instrument. Banned means prohibited. He banned it because it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Shrill means very high or sharp. Unpleasant means something you do not like. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. Generic name means a name given to a class or group as a whole. And reeded means wind instruments which have reeds like the flute and clarinet, etc. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. Revived means to come in life again. Few thought that pungi must come to its life again. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality. Tonal means sound quality of the pungi. One day, one barber of a family of professional musicians, he thought to improve the sound quality of the pungi. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem. Hollow means which is empty from inside. He took a hollow pipe that was longer and broader than the pungi. That pipe was longer and broader from the pungi and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. When he started playing it, it was an instrument like pungi, improved instrument, you can say improved version. He kept his fingers on the holes. He made 7 holes on the body of that pipe, and he used to put fingers on the holes, closing and opening it, and through this a soft and melodious sounds were produced. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed, because now the sound of that pungi like instrument was not unpleasant. It was very melodious now. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name. Now it did not have any name now, that's why any name should be given to it. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chamber, Shah means Mughal kings are known as Shah, and was played by a nai, barber in Hindi we say nai. The instrument was named the Shehnai. Okay, The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. Auspicious means promising to bring good fortune. Means it was considered as good omen to play Shehnai. That's why it is played on marriage occasions. And for this reason, it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. Indispensable means without which a piece of work cannot be done. It is a compulsory component to be played in the Indian wedding now. In the past, the Shehnai was part of a Naubat. Naubat actually is a Urdu word which means traditional. Part of the Naubat or traditional ensemble of the 9 instruments found at royal courts. Ensemble means considered as a group. Instruments or things considered as a group. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan, and to bring the instrument on the classical stage, all the credit goes to only Ustad Bismillah Khan.